Icelocked here with Nocturne Gaming, back with more Legends of Idleon, and today we're taking a look at the World 5 boss, Chaotic Kattlekruk. Chaotic Kattlekruk is located in the map Minor Mole Outskirts, and there's a few requirements to be able to fight this boss. The first requirement is to have the Crux Volcano keys, which comes from a few sources. Chaotic Kattlekruk requires 5 of these keys to be able to fight every attempt. The two sources of gaining these keys are first by completing quests from the Sleepy Mole here. The first quest requires you killing 6 million big ol' moles, and this rewards you with 10 Crux Volcano keys. The second quest requires you killing 10 million crawlers on the next map down, and this rewards you with 25 Crux Volcano keys. The third quest in here is worth mentioning, and it does require you to equip the Divine Scarf and get the Kattlekruk Cape. Both of these requirements are in Nightmare mode, so we're not going to be able to do that today. However, this quest does reward you with a brand new trophy, but we'll talk about this a little later. The second option for gaining these keys is by fighting different monsters. Taking a look at our cards, we can see the Big Ol' Mole has a 1 in 75,000 drop chance for a Crux Volcano key. This does include multi-kill, so if you have a really high offline multi-kill, you can get a lot of keys per hour, so 1 in 75,000 really isn't a bad drop chance. But moving on to our next options, which is a little bit better, the crawlers have a 1 in 50,000 drop chance, but they do have a little bit more HP, so depending on where your damage is at, this can be more difficult or better for you to gain more Crux Volcano keys. Your last option is killing tremor worms. Again, the damage is a little bit higher, or the HP is a little higher, so you will need more damage, but it has a 1 in 25,000 drop chance, and personally, for where my damage is at, I notice that I get the most kills per hour on tremor worms compared to big ol' moles or crawlers. So I'm getting a lot more keys per hour from this 1 in 25,000 drop chance for multiple reasons. So this is going to be where your biggest source of these Crux Volcano keys come from. The second requirement is a very minor requirement considering if you're fighting the chaotic version, but it does require you to have 54,000 accuracy to be able to complete this boss fight. The boss itself only has a 900 accuracy requirement. However, there are big ol' moles that spawn in this, and you will need to be able to 1 to 2 shot these to have a chance at completing chaotic, as there is a healing mechanic. You can out damage the healing mechanic, so this may not be necessary, but it is worth mentioning here. The third requirement is to have enough damage for this boss fight to go anywhere. The boss has 2,500 billion HP, so it is a significant jump up from the 100 billion on normal mode. However, the only real requirement is that you have enough damage to basically one-shot big ol' moles. These have about 900 million HP, so past that, everything else is just going to help speed up this boss. I also recommend fighting this on a character that has decent wave clear, and we'll take a look at why once we get into the boss fight. So we're going to switch to a different character with a little bit lower damage so I can really show how this boss fight works. Alright, so here we are in Chaotic Kattlekruk, and as you can see it has 2,500 billion HP, and we're going to do a couple hits of damage here so we can show you the healing mechanic. And these moles are going to continuously spawn, and it will be a lot of moles that are coming out, but every mole that hits this boss is going to heal it for about 50 billion HP. So one of the big mechanics of this boss fight is going to be running around and clearing these moles before they actually hit the boss. You can ignore this if you have enough damage and just sit here and do damage and kill the boss even while it's healing. However, I recommend that you fight this on characters that have enough wave clear. If you're on the Maestro, make sure you're using your whip attack. It does not pull them closer to you. You can use your coin tosses. But one of the big ways that I recommend doing this on a lower level mole is using the Void Radius, as this does wave clear for you. Unfortunately, I hit that a little too soon and it actually killed the boss itself. For the rewards, we have 6 main rewards plus a few other things that we'll go over at the end. Some of these rewards are very similar to the normal mode boss, however they just have better drop chances. But we'll go over each of them anyway. So the first up is the Chaotic Kattlekruk card. This does give you more EXP from monsters for every level you have it leveled up to, so it is recommended to get this done as soon as you can, as that EXP is kind of nice. After that is Kruk's Tooth, and this is the same drop that you get from normal mode, however the drop chance is a little bit better. It's 1 in 25 on normal mode, down to 1 in 10 here. But we also have a new tooth, the Kruk's Cavity Tooth, and this gives us a 1 in 100 drop chance. This is necessary to create the new boss weapons and also the boss helmet. So you will need to be fighting Chaotic a little bit if you're looking to make the new gear. After that, we do have the same pendant that drops on normal mode, however the chances is significantly better. On normal mode, it's a 1 in 100,000. On Chaotic, it's a 1 in 28,000. So taking a look at that in our anvil real quick, since I don't have one, the Divine Scarf requires this to craft, but it gives you 8 weapon power, 6 to base stats, 30 defense, 20% to total damage, and plus 5% to all stats. It also has a few upgrade slots, so this is a good pendant. But moving back onto our cards, we also have the Molten Obel. This is also a better drop chance from normal mode. Normal mode is 1 in 20,000 and Chaotic is 1 in 4,500. We'll take a look at that Obel. This is a best in slot Obel for a couple reasons, but the Obel gives you 7 weapon power, 15 to your base stats, 5% all AFK gain rate, and 2% total damage. The all AFK gain rate makes it best in slot for everything except for an active character. Your fighters are going to gain more, your skillers are going to gain more. If you're sampling, this is going to be better than the little bit of efficiency that you get, and you can get a total of 5 of these slots on every character depending on your total account level. This also can be upgraded in the Upgrades tab. It requires 40 Obel fragments, but this gives you the chance of upgrading it to 6% all AFK gain rates, and with 5 slots, that means 30% total to all AFK gain rates. So I'm not sure if you can get 6% and 3%. However, all in all, it's still going to be a very good Obel for you. The only time that that's not going to be best in slot is if you're activating and the drop rate may be better for you. Back to our upgrades, our loot here. We also have the new tool upgrade, and this is a better version of the bought one in the World 5 shop. However, there's a catch to it. It's a 62% chance to apply, but it uses up your slot even if the upgrade fails. However, it does give you more tool skill power and more main stat compared to the ones that are bought in the shop. Also from the boss, you have your normal rare drop tables, so you can get your statues and other things, coins, things like that. But the main reward from Chaotic comes from completing the achievements in the task board. So achievements 4 through 6 are completed in Chaotic mode, and that will allow you to buy more recipes from the merit shop. The recipes that you can unlock from the merit shop are going to be, first, the helmet. The helmet does require more of the Kruk's Cavity Tooth, as well as the Magma Core gear, and the base tooths as well. This helmet does give you a high amount of weapon power, base stats, and it gives you 30% total damage and drop chance. You are giving up the 6% all stats on the Magma helmet to use this, so depending on where your stats are at, this may actually be a damage loss for you. But all in all, I think the drop chance and total damage is worth it. But it depends on where your characters are at, so I'll leave that up to you. Your next options are your next 2 rewards are going to be making the Staff of the Undead Plague, and this is an upgrade. It is a straight upgrade from the staff. This gives you 12% total damage and 10% mob respawn. The upgrade gives you 15% total damage and 12% mob respawn. And more weapon power. You'll also be able to unlock the Spine Tingler Sniper, and this is again a straight upgrade. One of the biggest parts of this upgrade is that it actually increases the speed on your bow, as well as increasing your total damage and mob respawn and weapon power. But taking a look at it, you have 8 speed on this one versus 9 speed on the new bow. So some of these upgrades are really worth it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment if you're enjoying our content. And a huge shout out to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. If you would like to become a patron, check out the link in the description for more details. And be sure to visit our merch store so you can get some pretty cool stuff. If you have any thoughts or questions, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.